Secret Lover. Status update on my 1974 Honda CL360 Scrambler motorcycle. Uh, Gave it a good wash yesterday. First time in at least 12 years uh, from its garage. Exile in a garage. Uh, Helped make it a little bit easier to work on. Currently still no spark. However, after going through the electrical, and I work on regular mowers, cars, whatever. I have not owned a motorcycle in a while, so my knowledge on wiring, ignition systems, and such with a motorcycle is limited. But does not mean that I cannot learn, because I'm me and I can do anything. Just ask your mom. That one position she thought was impossible. I said, "No way, baby, I'll show it to you." And yeah, she hasn't been able to walk straight since. Anyway, uh, so getting no spark on either side. And so started going back and through everything and seeing where power is, power's not. And then the kill switch, because I will show you. This thing was in a boo-boo. I had a boo-boo crash. And as you can see, the brake lever broke. And I figured if it did that, maybe there was something in the kill switch. Who knows? So I just started going through where I knew their power was and where power wasn't and such. I'm going to start rambling. Anyway, I did find, and I was looking online, and they said that as you can see, I got the bucket off. They said because kill switch is in the headlight bucket. Not on this one. The kill switch, which is black and white. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There he is. Here's my kill switch. That was actually unplugged. I think it was either back here or this one. I think it was back here. This was unplugged. Now, the odds of that being unplugged on its own are slim and none. And Slim left town a while back. So, for some reason, this was unplugged, disconnected. Why? I don't know. But I will tell you one thing. You're not going to have any spark when it's disconnected. So I had to find that out, why that might have been disconnected. Also, as you can see right there, I know the lighting's crap. The horn's unplugged. Horn was disconnected. In the listing, it did say that it did not run and that the points might be bad. Now, somebody was working on this. I don't know. Here, I'm going to come over here. Where's my cover? Here's my cover. You can tell by the screw heads that someone was really torquing on those screws. That one's not so bad, but that one was cranked. And then they just got some gasket sealer, Permatex or whatever. That thing, after the wash, this thing was loaded full of water. So I had to replace the gasket on that. Anyway, back to the points. So I come and I check and I rotate this. I have to pull these off and clean them. These points right here, when you rotate this engine, these points will not close at all. Somebody, I think, attempted to set the points and got stuck, didn't know how. I don't know. I cannot say what they did or didn't do, but I just know that these are locked in. They do not open or they do not close at all when you rotate this. This side they do, but I have to check the gap. But it doesn't matter because I have to take these off, and I'm gonna clean them and everything and throw them on. That's what I'm doing this morning, and then we will check for spark. I also noticed that the fuel had to, as you can see, it pulled the fuel tank. It's got some of the dingiest freaking stale fuel in there that you will see. I'm going to get a video of that. Anyway, the fuel lines, these things are hardened. When I look at old pictures of your mom back when she was thin and attractive, these were, the clamps were all the way down. Somebody had been working on it and just put the lines back in, and they didn't put the clamps back on. This one broke off because, like I said, these are hardened as all get out. So I got to replace fuel lines. I'm going to have to, I know, don't even want to look into those carbs, but I have to do the carbs, points, handle, the brake handle has to be replaced. I have to change the oil. I do have a nice little drip coming from the crankcase, I believe. I have to get underneath and look, see exactly where it is. But all of that is going to have to wait until I find out why I'm not getting spark. Hopefully, it's the points. If it is not the points, then I will just keep troubleshooting and try to figure out what's what. But right now, that's where we are. I do like this bike. I really like this bike. I got pictures of it when I first got it home. And sun was coming down behind me and headed up against the garage and taking pictures and went in, looked at it. And I was like, holy crap, that's a nice looking bike. Yeah, right there's the horn. Why they disconnected that? I don't know. Don't know. Oh, no battery. Figure that one out. I want my money back. You didn't say it didn't have a battery. Got a crack in the taillight housing. I didn't notice until yesterday. Light does work though. Parking lamp works. I didn't check the turn signals, the indicators. Exhaust is nice. Got a little scratchy right there. Anyway, boys and girls, that's where we're at. Hopefully today I can... Oh, and yeah, the mirror broke. And I also got a nice bruise on my... When I pulled the tank, I didn't notice. I only had this on the regular kickstand. I didn't have it on my service kickstand, or on my service stand. I pulled the tank off. Well, I didn't realize that I moved the bike forward. So I'm working on this thing. And I did something just to push it enough forward to get it off of the kickstand. And luckily, the bike fell on me. The handlebars went right into my arm. Luckily, I broke the fall. I was sitting down low, and it just came right on top of me. If this was like a 750, I would have been in trouble. But luckily, it's not the heaviest bike in the world. But luckily, it didn't fall away from me. I would have been upset. But I won't make that mistake again from now on. Duh. All right, boys and girls, that's it. I'll keep updating whenever progress is made or something catastrophic happens. All right, peace out.